Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It's time for the Sprawl. So we're going to close off today's episode with some more legwork. I'm so proud of all of you. This is like the most you've got accomplished without increasing the legwork clock or the action clock like at all. There's like one tick. You're killing it.
When the dice don't fail you, it works out real
Yeah, it
good.
works out great. And you don't roll like chumps. So
Yeah.
GG to that. Also, I think the other strat about that is taking steps where if you fail, there's no like obvious colossal horrible thing that happens, and then
Yeah,
not
it's not like-
letting Dave hack tables at a random mall. I was kind to you in that regard, but that's okay.
Yeah.
So I guess the next thing is to try to get a job, Crystal Pepsi.
Yeah, I mean, she's our infiltrator on this. So,
Other soft drinks are available.
So what?
Just say
Yeah. What are you gonna do? I also like that in your character. Someone in chat suggested this in your character background. Crystal Pepsi has a younger brother named Max.
Well, first I have to figure out what store it is that Mrs. Puce works at.
Right. Yeah. So is the plan to get a job at her specific store?
That's how we fuck up her score, is by
Okay.
being in her store.
Right.
So
Yeah,
because
we're
she's
not-
the manager, so of course it has to do with like all of the employees, you know?
Yeah, we're not just doing it for employee info. We're actually like we want an inside agent, like physical boots on the ground of Black Friday in wherever it is. Do you want me to do some research on employee records?
Yeah, that's the thing you could do. Sure.
I'm gonna okay, let me just look at the exact wording of the questions. Basic needs research.
Now you have to get access to the database first, unless you just want to search her generally, like on the matrix, because you could do that, and that doesn't mean you don't have to do any hacking. That's just doing computer stuff.
Yeah, I mean I'll try it without first, right?
Okay. Yeah. Exactly.
Because normally, like, if a manager wins awards and stuff, they'll probably be featured prominently on the website. I won't even need to hack.
It sort of depends. It sort of depends on the award, right? Like an employee of the month situation. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean you can look. So if you want to use the Matrix, like just the internet, doing internet googling, yeah, you can start there for sure.
I mean, I guess we'll see, right? That's a fail state.
Yeah.
Okay, so, where would I find, the Black Widow, aka,
Yeah, her full name, which you do have, is Bethany Whiteley. Bethany Black Widow Whiteley.
where would I find a Bethany Black Widow Whiteley? I will roll research. Which is mind.
Use your mind, dear.
What?
Boom. Using that mind. All right. So, you begin to research. So that means I'll answer that question and you get another one.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, if something comes up.
Cool. So yeah, you look for her and you find probably whatever the equivalent of her like LinkedIn profile is, her future LinkedIn. And it shows that she is she's a manager at Hasty Mart, part of the retail. They use some corporate speak to describe it, but it's basically like actual stores with stuff in them and not like 3D printing. Like she doesn't work at a Hasty Mart; she works at the like Mega equivalent, which is essentially just like a warehouse, like a giant Costco kind of deal. And so she's the manager of one of those, one of these Hasty Mega locations. It's in the Megaplex, and you get a store number. It serves, I guess this one is big enough to serve probably somewhere in the like 200,000 person range. So it serves like an entire arcology.
Nice.
And yeah, it's like it's several floors of that arcology, and yeah, it's like if like a Yodobashi camera, like Japanese department store style store, and a Walmart like had a baby, and it was a horrifying giant monster that sold everything. So there you go.
Okay.
So that's where she
That's
works.
where you could
Horrifying,
find her.
giant, hasty place.
It's a big. If you were to like lay out all the kind of hasty marks, the hasty megas in this region, it's one of the big three. There are three of the major ones, and one of them is hers.
Okay. I have another question.
Yeah.
Do we have any info that we'd like to get about it specifically? I mean, the obvious one to me is how secure it is, and then we can ask about like their online defenses for hacking in and manipulating the store itself. Because we're trying to get you in without needing to like fight, so we'd want to do how secure is their matrix stuff. But if you have any other ideas, I'm open to them. Something to make your life easier, maybe, please.
This is research.
Yeah, and this is only information that will be publicly available on the Matrix.
So, the whole point of the mission is to make this location and Bethany, the manager of this location, less customer.
There's two prongs. Yeah, two prongs. Dick has to win the cap, and Bethany's franchise satisfaction score has to drop to puce level.
Can you and you've said that the satisfaction score is not something that would be.
It is complex and algorithmic. There are rumors in hacker circles that it's managed by an AI whose only purpose is to understand how satisfied customers are in the Hasty Mega environment. That's why we built artificial intelligence, kids. Customer satisfaction.
Ooh,
Cyberpunk.
What I could
Aether Tech must be jealous.
Aether Tech probably built it for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say what I could do, or like, is a who is related to the customer satisfaction program, and we could get a lead onto me possibly declaring a contact of maybe somebody who's worked on it, or somebody who's an ex-employee that we could try and do more specific manipulation to lower her score.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely, whether we can manipulate it or just know about it and like how to most best manipulate it in person,
Right.
it would do good to learn about the AI. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
Or whatever it is.
Yeah. Okay, I'll try and do who or what is related to the Hasty Mart corporate satisfaction algorithm thing.
Okay, all right. So you start digging into that, and you spend several hours scouring the Matrix for information about the franchise satisfaction system and how it works. And it's a bit like if you were to take like the way that Netflix knows what shows you might want to watch, or how Amazon knows what kinds of products you might like, and like other people who bought this might be this. So there's an evolutionary trail from those things up to here. And so the franchise satisfaction system is a holistic artificial intelligent environment that does that kind of thing, and it can be used for basically all aspects of Hasty Mega organization. So the internal structures of a Hasty Mega store, the departments can be moved according to their modular, and they can be moved according to the franchise satisfaction engine. And so if people are buying certain products more, they will just move that department. Shit moves around all the time. So that Hasty Mega is always easiest for everyone to get to the things that they want to buy.
Oh my god, it's totally like, when at certain stores they're like, if you would like to head to the X aisle, we're currently having a sale on blah blah blah. It's because they've just airdropped in a new section and it's fitted into the store.
Totally. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
so we
yeah.
could definitely fuck with that.
Yeah, so you can it restructures the store in a way, and then also so it feeds back. It feeds in both directions, right? So it feeds on customer data. So when you're in a Hasty Mega, everything that you do, everything you look at, everything you say, how fast you breathe, all of that shit is monitored 100% and used to feed into the satisfaction score. And it feeds into the manager. The manager is responsible for maintaining certain levels of satisfaction based on the feedback from the satisfaction engine. So the satisfaction engine will be like, we suggest you do these things, and it's your job to implement them correctly and to manage that system. And then the customers will basically, by biometric readings, purchasing protocols, that kind of stuff, will feed back into your score. It's not like the customers themselves
Oh my god, I know.
get to do these things. So anyway,
I know what we're doing.
you don't know how any of the algorithms work. You have no idea how to hack that stuff. But one of the articles that you're looking at, there's a guy, there's a picture of a bunch of scientists at some Aether research lab. And there's a bunch of them. There's a bunch of Hasty Mart like executives, and there's this one scientist. He's a Chinese national or former national, I guess, before the party turned into a corporation. His name is Wei Dongzhu, Professor Wei Dongzhu, and he's a artificial intelligence custom like designer, and he's considered the sort of like father of the franchise satisfaction system.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My brilliant idea is that this chick who works at this store has to be looking at this feed out to manage it, right?
She probably has a team that does that for her.
So she never looks at it?
I mean, you don't know. You don't, like I said, this is just what's available on the internet.
Well, my thought that might not actually work is that, like, if she's looking at this information, we just don't have to hack into the AI at all. We just like get her like iPad or whatever and feed her different not this information. So she's not actually doing what it would tell her to do, but she's doing what she thinks she should do based on the information.
Right,
that
yeah,
she's
feeding her
false.
bad intel.
Yeah. Without having to hack into this big AI at all, just get her the wrong information.
Just circumvent the AI and hack into a display.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, yeah. And I think if I get some, if I try and maybe not declare this guy as a contact, but like a personal aid or something, get some info there about how it works, we can find out how to spoof that.
Why not just declare that guy as a contact?
I don't know that I can. Am I allowed to?
Yeah, I don't. I think once they exist, you can't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can't be like, oh, I know that guy. It's more like circles, where you just say like, I need a person that does this.
Okay.
I feel like I did. I feel like I declared my contact as being someone we knew before. Oh no, it was just that we needed someone. It was the security team one where it was like, oh yeah, the head of security or whatever. I know now.
Yeah. So you figured out a person to put in play, and then and that was it.
So I have to get someone to buy it. But if I can get info, and then we set you up with like a spoofing thing when we send you into work in the day. Yeah, we could totally do that as our plan of action. But I think I should declare a contact who has worked with Professor Wei Dongxu on AI stuff before.
Okay, so do you want someone on his research, like someone that was on his research team?
Yeah, like ideally someone like a disgruntled ex-employee, but I mean that depends on how well I do on the role, right? How they feel about me and how they want to interact.
Okay. All right, so this guy's name is Claude Elwood. And what was his job on the team? Like, what is he a specialist in? Like, is he an AI scientist? Was he on the like human behavioral analysis side?
I think he was probably he's probably some like super lame statistician who worked out and wrote the code for working out like customer foot traffic mass multiplied by
Right. He's a mathematician focusing on stats.
Yeah.
I dig it.
We have an idea of how to make those numbers look like realistic and that sort of thing.
How do you know this guy?
I know Claude by his hacker alias, which is
Oh, so he's in the hacker space, huh?
yeah, totally. Oh god, what would his number be? Yeah, it's probably like his name's probably like Prime Root or something.
Nice.
Oh
my god, his oh my god, his avatar is like an Ent from Lord of the Rings, but he's wearing a like an apron, and he's got like barbecuing tools. Yeah.
Oh, I get it.
Rad. Okay. Yeah, and I think maybe the place that the two of you intersected was Fractal Prophet, right? It was like
that's the last thing.
that project, that kind of like wiki AI thing. He's been focused on doing some like work. Technically, all of his work belongs to Aether, right? Like everything he does belongs to Aether, but he on the side he's been like kind of trying to help wake up Fractal Prophet.
Awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm totally into it.
Okay. So do you have this meeting IRL or in the Matrix when you go to talk to him?
No, we'll have it in the Matrix. I think that's...
The Matrix is real life, Adam.
Sorry. AFK or in the Matrix. Okay.
Yeah. So we have the meeting, and D-Rose's AI is a little bit Avatar's a little bit different now. They're super into the new like braid. So at the back of the like pointy bit, there's now kind of like a rainbow neon, and it like flashes through like pew, pew,
Sweet.
just like fiber optic wire, which like swings around.
Cool. You look like a maypole.
Yeah,
You look like Nyan Cat.
I like it.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, so there's the big barbecue tree, and you're in where's the space? Do you meet somewhere like the Matrix equivalent of Condemned, like a place, like a chat room or whatever? God, I feel old just using that phrase, chat room. Or is it like a private, like you've got a like an IP of a private, like temporary, kind of like a burner space?
I think we do it in public because I would imagine that Prime Root is somebody who likes to try and keep the stuff separate. So they want to do it in public so that it doesn't look like they have any personal dealings, specifically if corporate like looking over their shoulder sort of deal.
Sure, and you know that Prime, like he has two identities, right? He has Prime Root as his like hacker identity, and conversations that you have with him in that alias are not recorded or whatever. He's just basically acting as being offline. Okay, cool. Let's have you make the roll. And what do you want? What do you want from him?
I want to just like talk about as if I were just an enthusiast or interested, which isn't like untrue. About how the customer satisfaction AI kind of just like works on a base level, with the view of getting a basic understanding that we could create something that would look like or spoof data to the effect of being able to trick the store manager. Like if we sent them in with a like a separate data pad, it could look like it was real readings from Black Friday, but it's actually fake ones to mess it up and get their satisfaction score to go down.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
Go ahead
now
and roll.
fuck up because I'm bad at style.
Oh dear.
Style.
Oh dear. So Here's the thing. Let me just make sure there's no specific like fail on this one. I mean, the whole fucking thing is just a setup. Like he doesn't do it on purpose, but he got made, and when you show up to meet him, it's not you get there and you know you wait for him to log on, and then that's when Aethertech's goons like hit you, right? Because they're hunting you already, and you reached out to someone who works for them. That got intercepted, and so we see you. There's a program that this public space is running called Piazza, and it's like supposed to be a simulated kind of like the outside part of a cafe, and there's a bunch of sort of surrealist landscape in the background, and people sitting around tables. And then that's when the Aethertech ICE shows up to bust you. So yeah, I mean, I think that the chair that you're like sitting on and the table you're sitting at, they start to melt into a kind of quicksilver like blob, and an alert goes up, and the whole subsector gets like locked down, so no one can get in or out. The ports are closed, and you like feel yourself, your avatar, like sinking into the table, and it starts to like congeal around your arms. And your deck is like, where are you when this is happening? Like in meat space, where are you when this is happening?
Probably like at a mall or something. Yeah, it's like one of Prime Root's like quirks. He's like, he likes his contacts to also be in public. It's like a whole deal.
Right. Now, are you alone? Are you just like sitting on a bench with your deck, or are any other members of the team with you?
If anybody else wanted to come to the mall, but
Oh, I'm totally at the mall.
Yeah.
100%. I'm like sitting outside or next to whatever like hookup internet cafe that you're at, drinking some like bright neon horrible sugary drink.
Is a hookup internet cafe like a combination love hotel / internet cafe? I'm into it. Okay, cool. You meet people online and then you go upstairs and have sex with them.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
Yeah, so she's like sitting outside, drinking some like horrible blue soda. And like it's this giant, like it's the small size, but it's like this big.
How could you betray Crystal Pepsi like this?
So off brand.
Yeah, she's eyeing like the hot topic across the fucking way, but like trying to be her persona still and not wear
those cool chain wallets and tartan mini skirts.
Yeah,
it's chain wallets. Sweet.
So okay, so Drez's cyber deck just starts to go like boop 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 boop, and there's like a little red light that's blinking.
Like is that something that doesn't happen to cyberdecks? I don't know.
Yeah, right? I don't know. That just happens.
Yeah, I'm sitting.
It sounds like something's wrong. Like, you know how there are noises that are engineered to make you think like something is happening that shouldn't be happening, and it just starts making that kind of noise.
That fucking alarm clock noise, the like.
Yeah, so I guess like maybe like people around Drez are getting like annoyed by this beeping.
I mean, a mall is full of annoying beeping constantly. Yeah. Like, so maybe someone nearby looks at it as they walk by to the like shoe barn or whatever.
Like,
but
I don't know. I like he would be in the internet cafe hookup place using the internet, and I'm waiting for him to get done using the internet. I don't think I'm paying enough attention to know if his stupid cyber thing is making noises.
Okay, cool. So meanwhile, inside Drez, you're being trying to be torn apart by these Ethernet, this ice. So what are you gonna do? I mean, ice just like starts forming up around you, trying to grab you and take you apart. You're being backhacked.
Okay, well, there's specifically a move for this.
There sure is.
I've not used it before, but I can try it. Yeah, I will try and jack out. before anything gets damaged.
Okay.
Woo!
I'm gonna try to bail.
Do I have eject? Did I get eject, or did I plan to do it last session and forgot? I forgot. Cool. Okay. Nice. So just roll cool.
Nice.
Oh, got him.
You got it.
Ooh,
good roll.
That's close.
Okay, so what does a 10 on your move do?
I disconnect myself from the system before any serious harm occurs. So I wouldn't want to take away from the failure and not have anything happen because it says serious.
Oh no, don't worry, stuff has happened. Yeah, clocks have advanced. You're able to get away from the immediate harm, but yeah, Aethertech knows something's up and that you were digging around for this guy. It'd be a huge leap of logic for them to connect it to anything else that's going on with the mission at large, but generally, like, tension has been raised.
Okay, cool.
So what does that look like in meat space?
Yeah, it's definitely the long, like, intake of breath, like, of coming, like, from below the water, like, as you breach the surface in the swimming pool after you've been, like, holding your breath.
Yeah, a big part of how cyberdecks work is that they have a like a neural physical cutout, right? Where so that if you are flailing around in the Matrix, your body isn't like kicking and punching the people around you and falling on the floor, and you're not trying to run into a wall. So by like jacking out this way is like trying to bypass that. So yeah, very much like coming up from deep water, or like that feeling when your brain is waking up but your body hasn't woke up yet, and you're like, I can't move, and you're like trying to get your arms and legs to move. Yeah.
So Dira's just like gasps and just like goes to grab to something to the side, and it ends up just being Jinx. Like they grab onto her shoulders and just like, ugh, until it like sinks back in properly.
Why are you touching me?
Why am I touching you?
That's not why we're here, D-Res.
Yeah, totally. Some kind of like automated drone is like, I noticed you have initiated physical contact. Would you like to upgrade? Your like little drone flies over.
No. Go away. Fuck.
God, it's like an auto DM like bot.
Yeah, exactly.
D-Res,
Sorry, it didn't go.
No.
It didn't go super well. No, there were some guys waiting for me. Not the bright guys, the bad ones with the ice and stuff. I had to get out.
Ice? And she like sips on her soda and it makes the like bottom of the straw noise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it stands for I can't explain it to you right now.
I don't know if you I don't know if you've been holding that one in your pocket, Dave, or if you just made that up, but that was fucking awesome.
Just came out.
I can't explain it to you right now.
Eistern. Whatever. I don't fucking care. Like, so we didn't get what we needed to get from this place?
No. I'm gonna have to. Maybe you're gonna have to get the thing out, and we'll give you a doctored version instead. Doesn't look like we'll be able to prep it beforehand.
So I need to go get a job.
I think so, yeah. Unless anybody else has any. And then I'm just like, beep.
Yeah, Relay, Katya, do you have anything else you want to do before we try to undertake the little mission
yeah,
within the
actually.
mission? Okay, Katya, what are you gonna do?
We know what store this is, and we know what she looks like and stuff. We got all the information on her. So I'm just gonna follow her around until it's time for the interview. Like this last day has been me like stalking Black Widow.
Cut to Katya garroting her behind a dumpster. Problem solved. Can't win the award now. All right. Cool. Yeah. So you've just been doing like a find and follow, kind of like checking out her situation.
Like any information.
So you're assessing her and her situation.
I believe I am.
Okay.
Okay, but I have a move for this too.
You have like a different thing.
Yeah, let me see.
Because yeah, definitely you're definitely assessing narratively.
You're a master at tailing people and staking out locations. When you perform surveillance on a person or place, gain intel and roll assess. So
oh, there you go. So it just adds a free intel to your.
I get
assess.
a free intel. Yeah.
Okay. What kind of intel is it?
8 for assess. Okay. What kind of intel is it? Yeah. I don't know.
All right, you figure it out later.
I7. All right, let me see here. I gotta ask an assess question about our friend.
Yeah.
So, how is Black Widow vulnerable to me?
Like, from what? In what context?
In the context of, like, what does she do badly that I could exploit? Like, there has to be something. Everybody's bad at one part of their job, right? Like, does she not check in with people? Does she, does she get too focused on, like, the computer screens? Or
does she have a fatal attraction to French operatives?
Yeah, is she, like, really into a certain type of person and spends too much time, like...
You catch her staring longingly at a picture of, like, yeah, some random femme fatale. No, I think that she has, if you're looking for like, vulnerabilities in her pattern, she's really bad at, like, delegation. She does her own thing. So like when she wants stuff done, she often just does it herself.
Okay, so a lot of her staff know that she'll do things if she wants them done rather than tell them.
Yeah, and it's not good for them. She gets angry about it.
Yeah.
Right. She grudgingly does it, but she has this: if you want something done right, do it yourself. Opinion.
Okay.
So that's a weakness of hers. Yeah.
That's one of those bullshit weaknesses that you put on job like interviews. Like, so like, what are your?
I'm prepping you. I'm getting you ready.
That's a bullshit job interview weakness. Like, I'm really bad at delegating. I just do everything myself because I can't,
Yeah.
Yeah, but also.
No, but yeah, it means that when there's a problem, she's gonna get overwhelmed or whatever. Because
what it means is if there are 2 problems happening at the same time, she can only be in one of the places.
That's a really good point. Yeah, we should go for a 2-pronged approach.
It's I mean, it's a legitimate weakness of hers. I think that's a thing. Yeah, I mean, you follow her around and like she gives off, just to kind of color the scene a little bit. So she is cold to her employees. She's like, yeah, incredibly focused on the kind of moment-to-moment, like, numbers of the operation of her enormous machine. She's constantly surrounded by, like, subservience, essentially. And, yeah, and her, she exudes, like, cold power, basically. And everyone, she goes on a fear, not a respect situation. So a lot of people, like, treat her like the Dark Queen of Hasty Mart, which I think makes sense.
The Dark Queen of Hasty.
Yeah, totally.
Love it. Okay, cool. Well, that's what I was doing during this whole thing.
Okay. All right. Relay, have you, besides betraying and murdering your friends, have you been up to anything?
I mean, I feel like betraying and murdering my friends is a full-time job.
Pretty much. Yeah, that's fair.
No, I mean, like, I'm ready to cause some mayhem.
Yeah, you're ready for the action phase.
And really, like, Relay's main plan is to, like, be outside with the big guns, right? Like, Relay comes in when we need to actually just, like,
you have your team.
Destroy a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, we got the team, and then I've also got, like, the drones that can do violence. Because I think of all of us, it's like me and Katya are the ones that are best at doing violence, and Relay's drones are the best at doing direct, specific violence.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, my idea is to, like, position myself in such a way that if I need to make a really loud noise at the door of this place at some point, I can make it happen.
Cool.
When the job is, like, actually starting.
Like, I feel like this character, for once, like maybe my first character ever, is going to own a weapon and literally never use it.
So here's my thing that I want before we go into any action phase sort of thing.
We're not ready for that action phase yet. No.
I have to get the job first.
We gotta do the next stage is the job interview.
Yeah, we also need to make sure that we are not forgetting that Dick needs to win the cap.
Yeah.
So if
There's-
he said very pointedly when he was talking to us that if he was hiring outside people, she probably was too. So we need to make sure we don't miss out on that aspect.
That's a really good point. I would have totally forgotten about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, maybe I need to run security on Dick's store.
Someone
Maybe
needs to keep an eye on Dick. Watch Dick.
Protect Dick.
Protect that dick. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe Katya's at one, you're at the other.
Yeah.
Like we
Stay,
split two up.
get on that dick and stay on.
Yeah, I'm gonna be on the Dick. So I want to have gone ahead.
We're the worst.
Dick's to where Dick is.
Mm-hmm.
I want to find the Dick and then get settled in around it, establish a clear
A
understanding.
parameter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
The-
Okay.
Make sure to screw that dick as hard as
That's
you
right.
can.
Secure
Let's
dick. Okay.
Screw the general kind of crotch area
Well, we
where the
gotta-
Dick
we gotta
is
get-
contained.
This is just reminding me of the NPC in the last one with the Dick's grill.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally.
Oh.
Oh, boy.
So, yeah, I would like to assess that area.
Okay. So how are you?
The
so
area
you
where
don't,
the Dick is.
you don't know what store he operates, but or like where to find him. But I think that's relatively easy enough to do.
He didn't let us know where his store is.
No, he doesn't. You can stay the fuck away from his store. He doesn't. He's
Okay,
not-
well,
he
can
doesn't-
someone find his store for me and then I will go screw it?
Yeah, like if somebody else wants to research Dick, it's his name.
What is
I can't just search it on Google, Adam.
research is mine.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. You don't have his name because you didn't get that on your
Hey, here's
thing.
what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna spend a whole to ask you a research question.
Okay, what would you like to?
So where's Dick? Let's find out. Where would I find Dick?
So, all right, I'll give you his full name. So where would I find our employer?
Yeah,
all right.
I mean, obviously.
How are you using that? How are you getting that information?
I mean, I know lots of people who know where employees of everything are,
So
and
here's-
also I spend time walking around stalking people.
So here's the thing. You find him through a social network called Hastebook, which is the social network for Hasty Mart employees. He is friends with Bethany Whiteley. So you look through his friends list until you find a picture, or look through her friends list until you find a picture of this guy. His name is Richard Pasternak, known to his friends as Dick.
Dick Pasternak.
Known to his friends, enemies, employees, everyone.
Yep, his name is Richard Dick Pasternak, and he is the manager of one of the other three or the other two big Hasty Marts. Everybody's page on HastyNet is or Hastebook is the color of their current employee adequateness score. But it's impossible for you to know what's what, right? Like hers is like
better than what?
hers is like kind of orange, and his is like a bluish green.
So it's not puce.
No, neither of them are puce.
Who's the third one?
I don't know. There is a third store, but you'd have to do separate research for that.
I'm betting on that person to win the cap.
Nice, yeah. I mean, if you fail, but also blow up like Bethany's store, probably, yeah. Yeah, and I think there's a picture of the two of them. It's one of their like shared things. There's a picture of the two of them at the 20XDX Hasty Mart Middle Management Skill Building and Team Reinforcement Retreat. And there's a group of these like middle managers, and they all look kind of the same, standing at like a camp somewhere. One of them has a sling, another one has an eye patch on. Several of them have like bandages, and they're all standing around like a lake. And underneath, it's Bethany's photo, and it says Team Hasty 20XDX. Way to survive the crucible, everybody. And then there's like a bunch of other like thumbs ups and like, you know, stickers and shit being like, yay, we lived.
The crucible.
That's what they call it. Yeah, the Hasty Mart Middle Management Skill Building and Team Reinforcement Retreat.
Break yourself upon my management. Yeah.
So yeah, you have a better idea of who he
So yeah,
is.
I know where he is.
You
I
know
know
where
what
he
store he
works.
works at, and I hook our friend Relay up with that information.
Okay.
Yeah, and so I want to go to this store and like case the area, in part just for like the kinds of people that are around here as well, so that if like weird people are showing up, I might be able to spot them, things like that.
So you want to assess his store?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's kind of nearby.
It's environs.
Okay. Yeah. Which is edge.
It is. Yeah.
I get a 6.
You do get a 6.
Would someone like to help me?
Help with what?
You're assessing the store, right?
I'm assessing our friend and employer Dick's store.
I'll help you.
Well,
It sounds like Katya.
I mean, fictionally, you're occupied, Katya, right? This is while that's happening.
Yeah, but fictionally, the setup for it is that I provided the Facebook information, right? Like the
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
So
yeah, that's good. So
that
this is a follow up.
available.
So I guess you can be part of this too if you want.
Yeah, I'll help you out.
Okay, so you roll with your links.
You're the best. Even if you don't actually end up helping, you're still the best.
Relay.
The volunteering is what makes you the best. Oh Lord. Well, you're both fucked then. Good stuff.
Oh well.
So how does checking out Dick fuck me?
That's right. You play with the dick, you get the horns.
What?
I don't know. So I think what you see. I think what you see is a truck. You don't really get a good opportunity to like go in there and dig around because there's actually a series of like a convoy of converted like cargo Hummers, basically. And they are unloading a bunch of like there's like the Hasty Sec is their like security team. There's a bunch of Hasty Sec troops who are bringing in crates of like unmarked crates of some kind of like armament, basically. And this is what you see. And because the security is so much higher, you kind of have to stay back. You can't go in and like walk around the store. It's just too much. There's too much scrutation going on, and you have no room. So so that's a thing.
Okay, so we're totally wedged out of helping Dick.
Yeah, you need to stay away from the vicinity for now, at least, until circumstances
Stay away
change.
from the dick.
Yeah, it's
bad for you.
The whole region. Okay, so
Thanks, guys. Thanks.
Crystal Pepsi, do you want to? I know, I love playing role-playing games with 10-year-olds. It's my favorite thing. So, Crystal Pepsi, do you want to do your job interview?
Yeah.
Should we close out the episode on that? Okay. So, let's set the scene here. So every city has a Hasty Mart employment facility where you can go, and there's 2 lines. There's a citizens line and there's a non-citizens line, and you can go, and they have these things called job fairs where you can go and like see all the different jobs available to you. And since Black Friday is approaching, there is a rush on this. So there's imagine like the sort of dystopian in our movie language, right? Imagine this like dystopian kind of prison camp almost environment, right? There's a big fence with brick or concrete, like poured concrete, guard towers. There are dogs on leashes being like kind of pulled back by Hasty Sec troops moving up and down the line. Everyone in the line looks like sad and sort of disheveled and like looking down, and they're kind of marching up this lineup. And over all of it, there's a loud broadcast that keeps rotating through various languages, being like, "Welcome to the job fair. Welcome to the job fair," and like talking about what to expect. You know, like step into the line to be processed, and and it's just very grim. But you're in the citizen line, so for you, the line is much quicker. Someone is going up and down the line offering free coffee to all citizens who are waiting to apply for jobs.
Free Hasty Calf.
Of course, yes, Hasty Calf. That's right. So what you see is, there's a drone that's like one of those, it's like a Tachikoma or like a spider drone kind of thing. And on its back, it has a huge metal container. And then on its front limbs, it has a little like squirt nozzles, and so it's like scrambling up the side of the line, and a little like cup comes out of its chest and like fills it with hasty calf, and then it hands it to someone, and then it like crab walks to the next person, and keeps giving out these things, and and so now you're standing in line. What are you wearing? What did you wear to your job interview?
I think like she's probably doing that thing that people do where they've never done a thing before, so they just like think back on all the movies they've watched, the movies and TV shows that they've watched where people have gone to job interviews, and she's like thinking about what it was that she saw Dick wearing, and so she's got like the khakis or whatever on, and like a shirt that's more casual than his like short sleeve button up, but definitely like she's trying to do the whole like, you already can see me as a Hasty Mart employee. Look at how much I look.
Yeah, dress for the job you want.
Yeah. And like I feel like she couldn't come here on her motorcycle, and so like maybe she like came on like public transport, or maybe like Katja, who doesn't have a car, never mind, like I don't know, I was just thinking that it'd be funny if like Katja dropped her off and she looks at this thing and then like looks back with like big eyes, and she's just like, really, and then like gets in line or whatever. Just like,
I definitely think like for the interview portion of this, I definitely go with you at least until it's like okay, go into your interview.
Well, the thing is, you wouldn't be allowed this is a citizens only lineup. So you would have been separated at the gate to this like
I'm a citizen
job fair. Oh, you're not a citizen of
neither is Crystal.
No. That you like, yes. So that's fair. I guess you work for the Commandant though.
Yeah, but I would have been a Krug citizen, right?
Okay,
like,
sure. Yeah, that's fine. Point. Yeah. Okay, so you are allowed to be in the line with her. And so I think that as you're walking up, there's someone sitting in front of you who's dressed like almost exactly the same as you, Crystal Pepsi, and she looks at your khakis and then looks at hers and then looks at yours, and she's like, what are those? Ivory? I went with the Corsican beige myself, and they're the same color. They're like, you cannot tell the difference.
And Crystal is just like, oh, I just asked the lady at the store, and she gave them to me. I don't know what the color is called.
And she says, but what if they ask?
I'll make something up. And then she like swallows that like sass a little bit. She's like,
she's like shaking her head nervously, and she's like, did you do any of the? I bought a prep course. Apparently they ask a lot of really weird questions, and so I've never done this before. And she like looks up the line nervously as you like take a few steps forward.
And I'm like, oh yeah, I got the course too. What was your favorite question?
She's like, I didn't understand most of them. I mean, I don't know what my greatest weakness is. And how are you supposed to answer a question like, is a tree red? I don't. And she like looks at you nervously, like, oh God, help me, please. And you can see she's starting to like second guess her idea of being in this lineup.
While this line like moves forward, I imagine like this conversation happening as we're getting towards like where the interviewer part happens. And as she hits that door where she's like the next person and somebody like beckons her in, or there's like a buzzer or something.
There's literally just a like a slate gray like concrete building with a giant green glowing H above it, and the door slides open, a little green light goes on, you step in, and then it closes, and then it opens, and it just like eats the person. And there's no like, you don't see where they come out. Like people go in and then
who knows?
So the green light goes on, and this girl in front of us is gonna step into this.
Yeah, it opens, and there's just the darkness.
And as she's stepping in, I just go, "Good luck." Like, like really like after this.
Oh, I wanted to feed her false information.
I'm not saying you couldn't do that beforehand. I'm just saying like I want to have that like really psych her out right at the end moment.
Okay, well, like when she's asking like, oh, all these questions, like blah blah blah,
Yeah.
I'll be like, well, you know, I heard, and obviously, like you can't tell anyone else, but I heard that you're an auto hire if, and she does the little thing where she's like, if you just answer all of their questions with a yes or a no, no matter what. Like that's the secret. 100%. Like I can't tell you where I got it, but it's someone who's been with the company for a really long time.
So the like step forward light starts to buzz. Like next. It's buzzing at her, and she looks at you, and she looks at Katya, and she's like shakes her head and looks into the thing, and then it's like kind of like hurries into the room, and it closes, and then you step up to the line, and we're gonna have to find out if you get a job at Hasty Mart next time because we've run out of time.
Yeah.
So that's great. It gives me time to come up with all kinds of bullshit interview questions.
Thanks.
Yeah, It's like a car wash line, exactly. Or like being at the border. Cool. So yeah, we'll find out next time if Crystal Pepsi can do the impossible and get a job at Hasty Mart.
This is too relatable. It's too real.
Let's do
I feel like Crystal Pepsi in this world.
Yeah, really relatable. Highly relatable character, Crystal Pepsi. Let's do some shout outs and say goodbye for now. Crystal Pepsi, why don't you start?
I hate that name. I don't know why I let you. Fuck, I don't even care.
Better than Coca-Cola.
Why did I let you guys talk me into this?
Why did I let you guys talk me into ever playing role play games with you?
That's the real problem.
Yeah, it all culminates in this one thing being the straw that breaks the camel's back. Blue Jay's just like, fuck it, table 4.
Yeah, we're gonna get some angry Slack messages after this.
It's all Adam's fault. I can take no responsibility.
Harsh.
Actually, it's Kane SD's fault for saying Crystal Pepsi.
Yeah,
Chat.
that's true. Thanks, chat. You the best.
Anyway, I'm Blue Jay, and I play video games on the internet somewhat successfully. You can find me at twitch.tv/BlueJay or on Twitter at BlueJay_712, or tomorrow on Roleplay with Elf and I guess Adam. And
That's me. It's fine.
I guess Adam, yeah.
That's fine. Cool. Dave?
I was not prepared. This is not the order we normally
I know
go.
I'm going in the other way.
It's reverse
Try to keep you on your toes.
Okay. Well, you can find me on the Twitter at Dave__human, and I was thinking if I can get my capture card working this week, I'd like to play some Final Fantasy 12, maybe, because it's anyway. No, it doesn't matter. And also, I don't want to jump the gun too much on this, but during the weeks Adam's going to be away in Japan, we've been talking about what stuff we're going to do, and I think for one of the weeks I'm probably going to run a game. I'm not sure which yet, so if you want to hit me up on Twitter with games you would either like to see me run or things you think I might like to do, that would be really helpful, so I can get a better breadth of stuff and I can look into them.
Award-winning tabletop RPG Dungeon World.
That's my only idea.
I love you guys. Yes. Yeah, no, that's great. That's a great idea, Dave. Have folks suggest things, because often, even if it's a game that I know about, if I'm like, oh, what should I run? There's too many options. Having someone just suggest something is like perfect. Makes just hits it. Cool. Yeah. So if you wanna help Dave pick what game, go and tweet about that. Bonus points if it includes Sonic the Hedgehog, giant swords, or other grimdark things such as Sonic the Hedgehog or giant swords. Andrew.
Hi, I'm Andrew. You can follow me on Twitter at CommuneCrow or on twitch.tv/actualfactual, where later today I will be doing some more game design. Someone is doing a playtest of my game tomorrow, and so I'm going to be doing a lot of like cleanup and feedback incorporation and updating to try to get the best possible iteration of the game set up for that. So you can tune in and check that out probably at 4 p.m. Pacific today.
Excellent. Thank
Oh, by the way, I designed a game. It's called Girl by Moonlight. You should play it and play test it and check it out on my Twitter. And yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. Elf?
Oh wait, I have to do the accent.
French elf? Frelf?
Hello everyone. I am Distracted Elf. You can follow me on twitch.tv/DistractedElf or on Twitter at DistractedElf. Since we seem to be talking about the things we're going to be running, I'm going to be GMing some Girl by Moonlight while Adam is away for the other 3. So that'll be fun. And also, yes, the things tomorrow. Roleplay. Go there. Watch 3 of the 5 of us. Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Thanks, Elf. So yeah, we'll be back on Thursday for some more of that Burning Wheel. So if you want some Hot Circle action, definitely check that out. If you missed this week's episode, it's all cut up into highlights and everything down there on the Twitch. Otherwise, it'll be on YouTube this weekend, and then we'll be back live Thursday. You can find me at Skinny Ghost on Twitter or at twitch.tv/Adam Coble, where this evening I will be playing some more Dream Daddy, much to everyone's amusement, I hope.
1,000% I'm going to be watching that.
Yeah, and so I'm going to be doing that tonight, and then like these fine humans said, we'll be doing some Worldwide Wrestling over at Hit Me JP for Roleplay tomorrow. So lots more content coming at you. We will see you next week at the same time for more of the Sprawl. Thank you so much for coming, everybody. Until next time, bye-bye.